Howdy, Hello, H2Os, Roller Bros, and Rochester Smiths alike. I'm your guide, Q. Welcome back to r/AmITheAntagonist. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been feeling awesome lately, but I'm feeling a little bit better today, ready to get back into it. I appreciate all of your guys' support, just like every single day, because it's nice. If I'm not having a good day, I can usually go into the comments and find something nice, and it always feels good. But with all that goofy stuff said, let's get into these stories, because I love breaking down these situations. Am I the antagonist for making a dad joke? Note, my stepdaughter Madeline was about a year old when I married her mother Jessica. Madeline's father died before she was born. Madeline is currently 15, and she's rebelling for almost everything. She did something bad, so while picking her up, I set a punishment for her. Then she said, "You're not my dad, I don't have to follow you." Honestly, I got a bit hurt from that, but I understand that she didn't mean it, and that she'd probably change. I just replied, "I'm still your legal guardian for the next 3 years, and as long as you're in my house, you have to follow my rules." That happened about 2 days ago, so our family was going grocery shopping when Madeline said, "I'm hungry, I need food." I decided to be extremely cheeky and say, "Hi, hungry, I'm not your dad." My son just started to laugh uncontrollably. My daughter was just quiet with embarrassment. And my wife was berating me not to stoop down to her level. I honestly thought it was a funny dad joke, and my son agrees. So am I the antagonist? Edit, I did adopt her, so legally I am her parent. Mini update. I'd probably give a full update later, but here's what happened so far. I go to my daughter's room after dinner and begin talking with her. "Hey, I'm really sorry that I hurt you by the words I said, and I am really your dad. I changed your diapers, I met your boyfriend, and I plan on helping you through college, and plus, I'm legally your dad, so we're stuck together. But seriously, I'm going to love you like my daughter even if you don't think I'm your dad." Then I hugged her and she started to cry. I assume that's good. Alright, the dad in this situation posted an update, and it actually warmed my cold heart. My son found the post and shared it with my daughter. This was after apologizing to her. She cried again. So last week we decided to have a father-daughter bonding weekend. Honestly, it was awesome. I took her bowling, to get a manicure, becoming Disney princesses, I looked awesome as Jasmine, and so forth. She loved it, I loved it, everyone was happy. Then we decided to go out to eat dinner. I said, "I'm starving, what do you want, Maddie?" "Hi, starving, I'm not your daughter," is how she responded. She had the biggest smirk on her face. She hugged me, and I kissed her forehead. I'm sure she'd been planning this for weeks. I honestly feel like this was the perfect way for this situation to be resolved, because I wasn't gonna call the dad an a-hole or whatever, regardless of how the situation turned out, because I know that that joke was clearly just him playing around, making light of what happened. Like, it didn't seem vindictive whatsoever, especially by the way he reacted to her getting upset about the joke. So I'm so glad she didn't, like, hold it against him, and they were just able to get back together, have things be normal, and maybe even be closer from now on. So just feel-good story starting it off right there. Alright, am I the antagonist for telling my friend to get over himself and his 9/11 survivor's guilt? Someone I went to high school with happened to be in New York like 3 days before 9/11 and stayed at a hotel near the World Trade Center. Every 9/11 he makes some BS post on Facebook about how he feels survivor's guilt and he's thankful to be alive. I got sick of it, so I called him out for it on Facebook, telling him to stop making this about him and to stop seeking attention and sympathy on Facebook. Millions of people were in New York when this happened who were more affected than he was. He's not special or unique, and what he's doing is pathetic. Most people supported me, while others said I needed to be more sympathetic. We're from Vermont. This guy happened to be in New York on vacation 3 days before 9/11. Wasn't personally affected at all. Alright, so my first question here is, how close are you actually with this person? Because, like, you say my friend in the title, but then you say someone I went to high school with in the actual contents of the post. Because I feel like that's going to make a difference in how much of an impact your statement actually made on the guy. And if you guys are close outside of Facebook, I feel like this was the wrong way to bring it up to the dude. Like, if I was actually friends with somebody and they were doing something like this, I'd probably bring it up to them privately so they could fix it without being publicly called out on Facebook. And I feel like by calling him out on Facebook, you just want to be that guy that says what everybody's thinking, and even if you're rightfully justified in calling him out for seeking attention and making it about him, I feel like, I don't know, everybody dealt with 9/11 differently. It was a big deal for a lot of people, and even if, like, his survivor's guilt is overblown, I feel like it's up to the people that actually are close with him to decide how they feel about him making such a big deal about it. Like, I don't think you're actually achieving anything by calling him out, is what I'm trying to say. So, sorry to go on forever about this, but if you're not his friend, I'd just unfriend him on Facebook so I don't have to see his stupid posts. And if you are his friend, you might want to tell him to go to therapy and, like, talk to them about why this whole survivor's guilt is such a big deal to him. Alright, this one hits very close to home for me, so here we go. Am I the antagonist for fat-shaming, in quotes, my daughter? I'm putting fat-shaming in quotes because while it's obviously wrong, I don't think I did so. I'm directly quoting my ex-wife. I have 2 kids, Harry, 14 male, and Sally, 17 female. Besides gender, they are also polar opposites in terms of everything else. While Harry's a staple of the baseball team, Sally fits in much better with the drama club. I love both of my kids regardless of their interests. I was a bookworm in high school myself. Where Harry is very in shape, Sally is not. She's always struggled with her weight a bit, but over the past 2 years she's reached the point where she's morbidly obese. I think the overeating is stress-related from the divorce, and my ex-wife refuses to work with me on any sort of diet plan. She'll visit me on a weekend and tell me that the ex let her drink soda the entire time. Anyway, this weekend I was cooking burgers and taking orders. Harry ordered 3 patties, he'd been practicing all morning and was starving, and I said no problem. Sally then tried to ask for the same. I won't transcribe the whole conversation, but basically I told her that she would be better sticking to 1 or 2 because she should be trying to lose weight and that she wasn't burning off those calories. She then asked me why Harry could have 3 while she couldn't, and I was honest that he was burning off the calories while she wasn't. Anyway, Sally is extremely upset and not talking to me, the ex is fuming at me for fat shaming, and Harry told me he has to eat less to make Sally's diet easier on her. I'm just wondering if I'm the antagonist here. Edit, thank you for all the helpful comments, I promise I'm reading through each and every one of them. Unfortunately, I don't think the weight is something we can tackle with diet and exercise alone. My wife is African American, so it's hereditary. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Like, I know that some people genetically are predisposed to having a slower metabolism and therefore having a tendency to hold more weight, but I definitely know that not all African American people have that genetic problem, so regardless of that, as a person that has been fat my entire life, like, this is gonna get kind of personal, but I feel like it's actually really relevant. I know that it has been an insane struggle for my parents to deal with it for as long as I've been overweight. And I honestly feel really bad for them knowing that they're constantly walking this tightrope of trying to help me and make sure that I live a long, healthy life while also trying not to hurt my feelings. So I know that this sort of situation is extremely difficult. And I really don't think what he said makes him the antagonist in this situation. He was simply being logical. I don't know if he could have been any nicer about it. And at the end of the day, he really, like, his only interest is making sure that his daughter is healthy and trying to help her get there. And even if somebody has a genetic predisposition to being overweight, you can't change that genetic predisposition. So diet and exercise are really the only things that you can control, or she can control, to be more accurate. So yeah, that's really all you can work on. I do not envy this person's situation whatsoever. I really don't have any good advice of how to try and inspire her, because at the end of the day, it really is going to be up to her. So yeah, this one just kinda sucks. So, I don't know if you guys saw this, but a few days ago I put out a video on this WikiHow article about how to get a guy who has a girlfriend already, and oh boy was it a journey. I'm really proud of this video. I thought it was a super fun thing to do. Let me know if you'd like to see me do more WikiHow stuff if you already saw the video, and if you haven't, I highly recommend checking it out. I honestly think it's one of the best things I've done recently. If you want to see me get upset, that is like the video to go to. I'll leave a link in the description and the comments comments for that. If you want some more, like, chill stuff, I've got a gaming channel. I also have Q2 where I do some miscellaneous stuff. I'll link both of those channels in places below the video that you'll easily be able to find. I hope you guys are doing well out there, skating on to the best of your abilities, living your dreams, taking care of the people that you care about, and having a fantastic day. Peace out, Cub Scouts. Skate on to the best of your abilities, make sure you're drinking more water, and I'll see you very soon.